Hey everyone, it's time for another daily message. And before we get into it, if you hear any kind of like panting or hyperventilating sounds in the background, this is the root cause. Or if you hear any kind of sneezing, this is the root cause. And while we're at it, we will look at Harvey too. He's not the root cause. Okay, so let's get into the daily message. So today we're going to be using the Mirror Truth Lenormand deck. All right. So today's messages I feel are pretty potent, pretty important, pretty hopefully impactful for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So over here with the writer, I feel like you are maybe focusing too much on the details and forgetting about the bigger picture. Now, this can be in any area of your life, but it can also be in something that is bigger picture. For example, manifestation. A lot of times as we go through life, we start getting very granular. We would like maybe our job to be different, maybe a colleague to be different, maybe a partner to be different. And we start focusing on the specifics of what those differences we would like are. And sometimes we forget about the bigger picture, or we don't really value the bigger picture, where maybe instead of focusing on just the details of what we would like to be different in the specific sense of, I wish that my boss was not so micromanagey, for example. I wish that they weren't so rude when they would talk. I wish that they respected me. Instead of thinking about things on that level, maybe take it up a notch, or maybe take it up a lot of notches and think about what you really want for your life. Maybe you want your life to be easy. Maybe you want your life to be abundant. Maybe you want your life to just flow really, really well and just be amazing in all of the ways. Do you hear the panting, guys? I'm sorry. Sometimes I just don't have the heart to kick her out, but she looks like she wants to go out, so hold on. All right. So sometimes we think, you know what, I don't just want to manifest things working out for me because that seems really vague and therefore that seems really boring, and that also doesn't solve my current problems, at least not directly. But really, sometimes focusing on that bigger picture does solve all the granular items, but you only have to focus on one thing. You only have to ask for one thing, and it can fix not only the items that are giving you angst, but can make the path forward a lot smoother, because other things that would normally give you angst are already fixed by instead focusing on all is well, everything's working out for me. Anything negative that happens is always working out in my favor, even if I can't see it right now. So Spirit is asking us to take it a few steps higher and not focus so granularly in some area of our life, especially with regards to manifestation. Now with the sides, what we have here is it's important to find the silver linings in our lives, especially when it comes to ourselves and maybe our sense of perfectionism. If there's something that you feel like you haven't done very well, or maybe you feel like it is low quality, or you just feel like you have made mistakes or you wish you could do some redos, instead look at it from a different lens and focus on how it actually is perfect. And an example that comes to mind right now is there are people who are very neat and orderly, and there are people who are very messy. And those individuals who are very messy, they like to say, you know what, I find organization in a mess, or, the mess is how my mind works. I work better when, there's a lot of clutter. Or for example, when people leave things for the last minute, I work better under pressure. So these are ways of looking at something that maybe others consider negative, or maybe something that we considered negative, and finding a way to turn it into our favor. And that is what Spirit is asking us to do, is to love ourselves enough to see our imperfections as perfections, actually. And then finally, we have the key. The thing is we are actually both the key and the lock. There is nothing outside of ourselves that we need to find, like the key, and nothing outside of ourselves that we need to fit into, like the lock. We are both the key and the lock. We are the key to our destiny, and our destiny is within ourselves. So focus on the internal, focus on your beliefs, focus on where your mindset is, keep it broad, find the silver linings in all that you do and in all the ways that you are, and you will find that life gets a lot easier, more magical, a lot more smooth, and you start manifesting the things that you want. And that is your daily message.